It's not a walkthrough, playthrough, review, anything like that. It's just me playing the game badly so you can see what it looks like. Okay then, this is Crazy Taxi Catch a Ride on the GBA, being played on the Retrospecs 32 with it plugged into my telly to save my back. Loading? Good lord. I have played this before, never done a video of it. Can't remember what the controls are. Oh yeah, I suppose we should. Do I have a reverse? Okay. As you can see, I'm doing well. Yeah, okay. Car, get out of the way. Passenger, get in. You're alright. Fussy woman. So, graphically, this is actually really ugly. And I don't... Okay, that's my gear control then. I think they've overreached with this. I understand what they're trying to do. It's like the GBA can sort of do 3D a little bit, and they're mixing actual 3D with pre-rendered sprites to try and recreate what is a really, really cool game. But the thing with the actual proper game on the Dreamcast and whatever else, but particularly on the Dreamcast, is it has a really, really, really super silky smooth frame rate. It's like playing an arcade game in your own home. It's fast, it's very pretty, it's a lot of fun, the frame rate is lovely, and it makes playing it a joy. This is a chunky, jerky, pixelated mess. And that takes away an immense part of the appeal of the game. So while the basic concept is being represented, it's being represented badly in my opinion. Clunky, what the hell? It's like you've been for a ride in a Ferrari and you loved it, so you put together a bunch of cardboard boxes and put a lawnmower engine in them and some pram wheels, and then stuck well, you painted it red and put a Ferrari badge on it, and it ain't the same. You can have your Ferrari badge, but your cardboard boxes painted red aren't ever going to be a Ferrari 360, and this is not ever going to be Crazy Taxi. It's just not. Game over. I'm glad. I'm not going to... I mean, this is a really short video, so enjoy the Q&A, because I do not enjoy playing this game at all. Yeah. Register a new game. Don't yeah, we won't register. Absolutely not. Cardboard box Ferrari. Thank you for watching. Or maybe I should apologise. Something. Hello. Today's Q&A question is from Lee Price. Link to his channel down there. And he asks, for Q&A, is there any game series you would like to see resurrected, and any retro 8-bit or 16-bit games given a reboot on modern hardware? It's a good question, and one that I think a lot of people ponder and talk about. Can't remember if I've ever spoke about it before. I could give a really, really short answer, but that's kind of cheating. So I suppose the slightly longer answer is there was, but they did it. And there are also the really, really obvious answers that everyone gives, and actually my answer to that is different. So the obvious answer that everyone gives is Road Rash, except I don't want them to make a remake of that, because it's the thing, sometimes a game is so perfect that improving it actually makes it worse. To my mind, the best version of Road Rash is on the 3DO, and it's still it's sort of 2D-ish. It's that fake 3D. I mean, you've got the track, you've got the scenery that's done in 3D, but your bike is still a sprite, pre-rendered or a digitized photograph or something. But it works in that old school way of handling, like Outrun. Hang-on, super hang-on kind of handling, and that works brilliantly. Later on they did like Road Rash 3D. Was it on the PS1 or was it on the N64? Don't remember, but it was god awful. I played it, I got it somewhere, and it's not good at all. And then they stopped, and rightly so. I mean, there was Road Rash Jailbreak on the GBA, and I don't know what else, and I don't like that game at all. It feels wrong. It's like they lost the essence of what it was that made Road Rash great, and just started fiddling about and doing fancy things. And that is a thing that I've found when they do old school games, revamp them, reboot them, bring them out. They either make them really big and really fancy and completely miss the point, or they do it in an old school style but with improvements. And whichever one they do, it's not as good. It's either too fancy, or it's lost its focus, or it's just not the same. And I don't like that. I'm just like, Road Rash is a fantastic game. Road Rash 1, Road Rash 2, and Road Rash on the 3DO. I stick with that one basically. If I'm going to play Road Rash, I play it on the 3DO, or the PS1 in fact. It's very similar. I think the 3DO one is slightly better. I think the draw distance is a bit better, but it's marginal. If I want to play Road Rash, that's what I play. That would be my advice. Anyone who wants to play Road Rash, play one of the originals. Any new modern revamped thing is not going to be the same, and honestly it's not going to be as good. That's my view. So some games should be left in the past. Then they can't improve it. It was perfect. It was pure. It was exactly what it was meant to be, done as well as it was possible to do it. And anything they do now is just going to be worse. So when loads and loads of people say we want a Road Rash remake or reboot or whatever, and EA says nope, we're not doing it, EA, for a change, because largely they're wrong about everything, I think in this case they're right. I agree with them. Don't remake or redo Road Rash. Leave it where it is. If you want to play it, dig out a PS1 or a 3DO or a Mega Drive. Yeah. Other ones that I would like to see reboots of, well, there is one, and they did, and that is Elite. I wanted to see more Elite in the modern world, because like Frontier Elite 2 on the Amiga was, I played it a lot. I didn't play it as much as I played it originally. I kind of hit a point where I just couldn't get, I think it was I couldn't get a big enough crew. I needed more people and I couldn't get them. And I gave up in the end. But I wanted that brought into the modern world on modern hardware, and hey, guess what, they did it. So, yay. I haven't got it. Because I'm playing No Man's Sky instead, which it scratches that Elite itch perfectly. Yeah. Other than that, I can't think of another game that I wish they would redo, because of the reasons that I've already said. Anything that they reboot, revamp, it's either going to be that they will make it too fancy and stray away from the original concept, in which case it won't be as good, or if it's like a 2D game, and they do it in a retro style. Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm not interested because I'll just play the original. Yeah, I feel that way about an awful lot of games. That if they're going to do it retro 2D style, don't bother, because it was great already. And most things improving does not make them better. So no, there isn't. There isn't anything that I want them to reboot. The one game that I wanted them to do it with, they did. And I ain't got it. Yeah, I think that answers that one. Trust me to be awkward, eh? I have kind of, I don't know, some of my views on some gaming topics are they deliberately awkward? I don't know. I think it's just, I don't know what it's just actually. I couldn't complete that sentence. It wasn't a fully formed thought. Something. Yeah. Okay. Usual thing. If you've got a question you would like answering, leave your question in the comments below and begin your question with 4 Q&A so that I know not to answer it in the comments. In terms of how long, because I am getting the odd question now of like, I asked a question or I think I asked a question. Have you ignored it? Did I just not ask it or whatnot? It's a significant time between you asking and me answering. I would say, bearing that in mind, I'm aware of 1 or 2 questions that have been asked that are kind of time sensitive, in that at the time they were asked it was a relevant topic, but things have moved on, and by the time I get to it, it may be less relevant. So that's worth keeping in mind when asking questions. How many questions have I got on? Because I put them all in a list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I've got around 38-ish questions on my list waiting to be answered. Some of those are duplicates, so I'll roll them in together. So we'll call it 35 questions, and bear in mind that I do about 3 videos a week. So yeah, 1 or 2 people are asking questions and then coming back and saying, why haven't you answered my question? That's why I answer them in chronological order. I do keep asking for questions because having that big, I'm doing hand motions off camera, you can't see them, having that big stockpile of questions actually, from my perspective, is a good thing. You don't even need to know why. But yeah, immediate response is not a thing. So do keep that in mind. If I haven't answered your question, I haven't ignored it, I haven't forgotten it. It's in the list, it's a queue. But I do encourage more questions anyway. I think when it may reach a point where that list will get really long and I'll be like, okay, and then I'll stop asking for a bit for questions. But yeah, that's how that's working anyway. Okay, I will shut up now. Thank you for watching.
Now see here, there's this Benway chap who's paid me lots of money to tell you you should subscribe. So, you know, if you feel like it, I don't care. Bend over more like, ha!